Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Rolanda from G9B and I'm going to presentate about the world in 2050. So why are we talking about 2050? 2050 is a long year. It's 29 years in the future. So why should we be talking about it? We might not even be alive by then. Let me ask you a question. Do you want to be in the future where you always wanted to be a pilot, but then realized that the pilot isn't even a thing no more? It's not even a job. And so you're just left jobless. Do you want to be in a future where your country is just so overcrowded that you are forced to go outside of the country just because of that overcrowdedness? No, right? No one wants that. This is why we are talking about 2050. This is why we're talking about the future in general, so we can prepare ourselves for the future and not get those bad fates. So before we talk about the future, before we start talking about how to prepare, we should know what's going to happen in the future. So what's going to change? What's going to happen? The obvious thing is that the population of the Earth is going to increase. You can see here in the graph from the year 17,000 until 2100 that this is the population of the Earth, roughly at least. And you can also see that by the year 2050 that there are going to be around 9.7 billion people on the Earth, which is 2 billion more people than there are today. That's a lot of people, obviously. So what else is going to change? Less food. According to the FAO on a report in 2012, 87% of the world's assessed fish stocks are classified as overexploited or fully exploited. If the world continues fishing at its current rate, all fish stocks could become extinct by 2050, which is a bad sign. We have much more people, but much less food. What else do we have? Less jobs. According to Oxford University economists Dr. Carl Frey and Dr. Michael Osborne, roughly 40% of jobs will be lost by the year 2050. What are they going to be lost by? By automation, by computers. You can see here that this is an automated cashier register, which was since 1998 apparently. So this is definitely possible. This is 40% of jobs will be lost is definitely possible. So we have much more people, much less food, and very little jobs. What else is going to change? Depleting rainforest. Each year we lose a huge chunk of rainforest, the same place we get many of our life-saving drugs, to deforestation, most of which is caused by logging and farming. At this rate, between a third and nearly half of the rainforest will vanish by 2050, according to a report by the International Journal of Climatology. So we have much more people, much less food from sea and land, we have much less jobs, and we have much less oxygen. It's just very bad, right? So how should we prepare for our future? We should develop leadership skills, teach how to use feedback to drive performance and innovation, foster creativity, learn to use technology, create employee growth and development opportunities. These are all important so we can not only innovate ourselves and prepare ourselves for the future, we can also prepare the next generation for the future by making more innovation to fix human problems, earth crisis and stuff, all that bad stuff. But those are very vague. That there's no specific thing that we need to prepare ourselves for. So what are the specific things? What are the jobs that we need to focus on? So using statistics from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics and some experts' prediction, some of the predicted high demand jobs in the future are computer and mathematical occupations, healthcare and healthcare support, counselor and therapist, marketing professionals, construction trades, media and communication workers, operations specialties. These are all the jobs, at least by predictions and from statistics, that they're going to be highly demanded in the future. So if you're going to find a job, it's best to find jobs that are around these, choices. So other than jobs and what should we prepare ourselves, we should know what country we're going to move in, because in the future the country we live in, like for example Indonesia, might not be as good as we think, or maybe the country like the USA maybe the best country in the world. So or maybe even Japan become the best country in the world. So what country should we go to? Well, according to the PwC's World in 2050 report, the countries that will dominate are China. The GDP in PPP terms by 2050 is around 58.5 trillion. Number 2, India. The GDP in PPP terms by 2050 is 44.1 trillion. 3. United States. The GDP in PPP terms by 2050 is 34.1 trillion. Number 4. Indonesia. GDP in PPP terms by 2050 is 10.5 trillion. 5. Brazil. The GDP in PPP terms by 2050 is 7.5 trillion. And last but not least, Russia. The GDP in PPP terms by 2050 is 7.1 trillion. So from the information we got at the PwC's World in 2050 report, we can see that the top 5 countries that are very dominating by economy, at least by economy, are China, India, United States, Indonesia, and Brazil. Indonesia is one of the top 5 that's going to dominate the economy. So the country that we live in might not be as bad as we originally thought. So what's the conclusion? We should be more creative and innovative in the future. We should find future jobs that has a lot of computer science, mathematics, logic, and creativity involved, so we need to study those more. Countries like China, India, Indonesia will have good economy, so they have better paid jobs. That's the conclusion that I can get from the information that I had and searched. So that's all. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.